Titans. Fassel, Cowboys special teams coordinator, now in Nashville. Colt Anderson is out. If you do not know, the Tennessee Titans were 32 of 32 NFL teams last year on punt and kick coverage. There was a statistic that you could take and kick the ball out of bounds if you were the Tennessee Titans, and it wouldn't be any different in the opposing team's starting field position. That's tragic. That should change. It's mighty funny. Bergonzi has only been here a day or two, and we've already got new bodies in the building. So there's a lot of questions whether Nick Holtz, the offensive coordinator for the Titans, will be on the move as well. Will Brian Callahan retain play calling duties, which was the reason of one of the selling points that got him to Nashville in the first place? So we're going to talk about that when Chronic Fan has time. Chronic Fan is going to hop in. Of course, he's a resident Chicago Bear. Ben Johnson, there's reports that he might go to the Raiders. A lot of people was looking at him. Where would he go? Ben Johnson, head coach of the Chicago Bears, stays in the NFC North division. Got to be old school to hear that North division, because that's Chris Berman. Chris Berman used to hit that North division. And it's going to be interesting to see how he assembles his team, how the Lions will be next season with no Ben Johnson. Aaron Glenn may get a job as well. So Dan Campbell may have to replace his offensive coordinator as well as his defensive coordinator, which would be a lot. Deshenrick, Michael G, appreciate y'all popping in. I'm gonna watch it back 2 times. I might react to it. Should be at the Rose Bowl. Nah, they should rotate as they do. Move it around. Let me teach you how to vibe. You've never been a fan? Jeff, have you seen the statistics of Dallas Cowboys special team with with Fassel being on your special teams? You guys are like number 1 in like 6 categories, brother. I mean, you may not care about you may not care about being number 1 in multiple categories. Let me teach you how to vibe. The Tennessee Titans, and you lost several games last year because of special teams getting punts and kicks blocked and kicks ran back on you on a consistent basis. Let me just call these stats out for Big Jeff, as Big Jeff is trying to get in the car with she first in kick return touchdowns, first in kick return average, first in 40+ yard kick returns, first in punt return touchdowns, 14th in punt return average, 8th in 20-yard punt returns, 11th in kick return average, allowed 13th in net punting, 2nd in field goal made, and one of 3 teams to recover an onside kick. And Big Jeffrey Dub does not want him in Dallas. He does not like that guy. We'll send y'all Colt Anderson. We'll take Fassel. Even swap. Nice. Thanks for doing business with you. You just got finessed. You just got finessed. Listen, we tap your pockets. Bill say you a resident. But I've been knowing Chronic fans screaming nothing but Chicago stuff since I got on this platform. He's an OG. I would consider Chronic Fan an OG. He streams every day on multiple platforms and has Chicago stuff. All his logos have always been Mike Ditka. Smoking. Chronic Fan is legitimately, I would say, a resident Bear. Yes, you a resident Bear too, Bill, but get your camera, get your microphone, turn your cam on. You can join the live as well. We do not discriminate from smoking packs in the Discord. Everybody is welcome to catch these hands. Speaking of hands, pin comment down below. Myself, Rich Black Man, Impulse. Heated discussion about the TikTok. It's up on the YouTube. Like, comment, share, react. All those good things. I got another one coming when I was smoking on She Pack. Let me teach you how TikTok. To vibe. That's going to be a short. That's going to drop soon. Make sure y'all tapped into the YouTube. Anybody can get hit. Yeah, that was a very smart drive. They took 9 minutes off the clock and scored 6. He already in the car with him. TJ, what up? He might be driving soon. You want a fresh start across all fresh start all across nothing personal? Jeff, that don't make sense. Like, see, when you got something good that works, as an older gentleman like myself, like an old lawnmower, old weed eater, it might not look sexy. It might not look cool. It could be that old, like 25-year-old pickup truck that always crank. All you gotta do is change the oil and the filter on it. A special teams coach ain't nothing you want to move around. Because let's say Dallas lose a couple games next year on special teams, you're gonna be wishing that you had a special teams coordinator that's been there. You know what I'm saying? Like some things you don't move. You know what I'm saying? Like some things you don't move. It's live on iTunes as well. Representing for show, you just talking trash, but the doors of the church is always open. If anybody would like to dedicate their life to the barber shop, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no snake handling church, man. If anybody want to join, man, we don't discriminate. You got to turn your camera on and be ready to stand on business on the things you say. He said Bears go 9-8 year 1. Year 2 we'll win 12 or 13 games. That's asking a lot. DeShanrick, catch these hands. He said, "I'll down on that hill. Dan Campbell ain't a good coach. He just had a great staff." What's wrong with that? Is it better to be a good coach with a horrible staff, or is it better to be a decent coach and have the smarts to assemble a great? You could say the same thing about Nick Saban. You could say that Nick Saban always hired head coaches as his assistants. Kirby Smart, Heupel, Bill O'Brien. Like, you just go down. He always had head coaches: Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin. I mean, that's seems like the smart thing to do is to get good help. But here we go. This is my first take. This is my first take. We're not talking about Skip and Stephen A. First take. Crystal balls in the chat. I'm about to drop the sauce on y'all. What if Ben Johnson is Brian Callahan? What if he stays in division in the NFC, goes to the NFC North, which is the toughest division in football? You're the last place team in there. What if he's just a really good offensive coordinator and not a good head coach? What if he's calling plays and being a head coach and his defense
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Or if his special teams goes down? Like, that's the fear when you get ready to say, like,
let me teach you how to
be the next high coach, because everybody thought, a lot of people wanted Callahan till we got him. And this year, he looked like a rookie coach, calling plays for the first time, hiring people for the first time, and you need to fire your special teams coordinator in week 1 or 2, but you don't. Sometimes that could happen. You could get there, and him and Caleb Williams might not get along. Well, who's more valuable to the organization, the first round draft pick QB or the new coach that's unproven? There's no guarantee that he makes the Bears better next year. He might try to run the plays he ran in Detroit with a veteran quarterback that's been to a Super Bowl with veteran players. He may try to implement that with the Bears, and it might not work. Or he could have them looking like Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, and the Commanders. Never know. Got to be careful when you're dealing with these hot name coaches, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the thing that we had. The Titans finally wanted an offensive-minded head coach. You had Vrabel. You had Malarkey. You had Wisenhunt. You had all these defensive-minded head coaches, Jeff Fisher. Then you get an offensive-minded head coach and you still don't score points. Not saying the Bears are going to be the Titans, but there's no guarantee that Ben Johnson is going to be anything more than Cliff Kingsbury. Some people are really good offensive and defensive coordinators and just not good head coaches. Those things do happen. Drill special teams has been bad in Tennessee the last few years. Stonehouse broke his leg from getting the punt block. Yep. What we got that Washington don't have, our defense, is I could argue with you, Bill, and say that your defense is Washington's old defense. Montez Sweat came from Washington. Kevin Byard came from Tennessee. A lot of y'all players came from other places. It's not like y'all just drafted in all y'all defensive players. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all guys are like Swift came from the Eagles. Like a lot of y'all players came from somewhere else. Keenan Allen just came from the Chargers. Like it's not really a lot of homegrown talent on Chicago. Hired Dennis Allen first day. Watch, Dennis Allen is gonna coach well for the Bears, though. I think because he's not a head coach. He was saying put him back at coordinator, he might be fired. I don't like the Dennis Allen hire though. I don't agree with why hire D coordinator and the Saints lost 7 straight and was getting blasted. Like I said, he might be a really good offensive mind, but the way he assembles his staff might not work. Who knows? Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. If something could look good one year and like Notorious Big say the next year they might not love you. Like the Lions could be the team that got all that talent and losing their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator this year might take a step back. It's like there's no guarantees in the sport. Like the blessing to be good every year.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
It's like something that's really special when you're dealing with so many moving parts. Losing coordinators here.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Here. This guy going to free agency. These 3 guys coming in from the draft. You know, like this is a mid-season acquisition. This is a free agent pickup. This guy's elevated off the practice squad. Like that's the thing about it. It's like you just never know year to year. Like the team that everybody ends 24-25 with is going to be completely different than the team you start 25-26 with. And then halfway through that season, by the end of the season, the teams that started with the 25-26 roster is going to look completely than the one that ends the season. Like, you know, I bet the Lions didn't think they'd be in the playoffs. And, you know, they had the edge rusher coming in that was traded in, but Aiden Hutchinson is not there. You know, you look at some of the teams like like the Ravens like look different last night with Bateman being the number 1 and not Zay Flowers. Like you just don't know. Texans, you think you're starting off with Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell and you end with Robert Mechie and Nico Collins and Robert Woods. Like you don't know what you're going to have. The parts always move. Notre Dame tonight is playing with a left tackle that hadn't played all season, but he's playing good. Like you just don't know. So it's a blessing to have your team be good year in and year out. Look at the Niners. On paper, the 49ers bringing Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Jawan Jennings, George Kittle, CMC, Mason, offensive line anchored by Trent Williams, Brock Purdy on his contract year. All that, Bosa, Hargraves, Fred Warner, like all that, and still not make the playoffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it just don't, like, it don't work out. Cowboys, Dak under contract, Micah Parsons not gone, CeeDee Lamb there, Kevontae Turpin stepping up in all phases. 7 wins, no playoffs. Sometimes it happens. Akon, he said if the Chiefs lose Spagnuolo, they're going to look different. Chiefs got a really good defense led by Spags, but, you know, Spag is another person. Maybe he's not a head coach. Maybe he's comfortable being in a coordinator role. It don't always work. But can't wait to Chronic hop in whenever he gets free time. We'll get him in the disky at some point. We in no rush. I found that I could take and chop up these shop talks, blend 2 chapters, separate 2 whole different parts of the screen, post when I got a guest, go back and post when it was just me, take a hot take out of that, boom, put that here. Like that's what I'm trying to like focus my game plan on. Caleb, Ravens show, Akon, and this is topic 2. Ravens fans, I let y'all slide last night. I was letting y'all look y'all won. I wasn't gonna come off the top rope. It was too soon. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry. I ain't want to seem like a, you know, a hater or nothing, but y'all got to be about the dumbest goddamn team that I've ever seen. Like last year in the AFC Championship, you barely lost. You ran the ball 6 times, and you had to say, man, if we were to just run the ball, maybe you beat the Chiefs, right? But then you watch Saquon Barkley run for 5,000 yards and touch the ball like 30 times and get in another game against Josh Allen and the Bills on the road, and Derrick Henry get the ball 16 times for 90 yards. You turn the ball over, you throw a pick, Lamar fumble trying to do too much, Mark Andrews fumble trying to do too much, then drop the pass at the end. Josh Allen didn't play good yesterday. Josh Allen had like 130 yards passing. He had no passing touchdowns. His receivers outside of Shakir, nobody was really doing anything. It's basically like him running and Shakir. And he didn't even really have, a bunch of times where he's picking up yards running. Why in the hell did you get a Hall of Fame running back to lose again where you don't feed the running back? Like, it's in the snow. It's the Ravens. You got twin tight end offense. You got Ricard, a Pro Bowl fullback, a position that don't even exist in the NFL no more. And line up, run down the field and score. Bills come back and score, and you get pass happy. Like, I haven't figured this one out yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to just see Lamar and Derrick Henry just wearing down the Bills to the point that the Bills said, I give up. I quit. I tap. Like, what is this thing? Like, I don't understand this concept. I let y'all slide yesterday, but I'm watching Chris Sims, a quarterback whose career in the NFL is 3,000 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, and 18 interceptions, try to critique Lamar Jackson's throw to Mark Andrews. Listen, he's the last person that should be speaking about anybody throwing the football because he was never good at it. But watching Mark Andrews drop that pass,
let me teach
I had
you
to
how
really
to
wonder,
vibe.
like, what was he thinking as he caught it, lost it, caught it, looked at it, watched it fly out of bounds, and watched their playoff hopes just dwindle away. I told y'all, pre-game, the loser of that game was a double loser. It's nothing else you could have did to the Bills roster or the Ravens roster previous to that game that would have won that game. That game was going to be won with how the locker room and how those guys played. And to see them turn the ball over 3 times and watch the Lions turn the ball over a bunch of times in games where they felt like if they didn't turn the ball over, maybe they win. Like, at this point, the Ravens might be like the New York Knicks with Ewing. They might be like one of them teams that was around the Lakers and the Spurs dynasty where, like, they like the Sacramento Kings. Like, they was always good, a lot of talent, Chris Webber, Mike Bibby. It just never got it. They might be one of those, like, all-time great teams that just don't win, like the old Buffalo Bills. Because it's not about just this game. Even if the Ravens won, they need to go to Arrowhead and beat Mahomes. And the Bills are not out of the woods. I think that's why a lot of Bills fans are being humble right now, because if y'all go to Arrowhead, it don't matter the circumstances. If you go to Arrowhead and lose, and Patrick Mahomes goes to a 3-peat, and Jaden Daniels is either going to go to a Super Bowl as a rookie, or Jalen Hurts is going to go play through injury and get to his 2nd Super Bowl, either way is going to look crazy if Jalen Hurts get to 2 Super Bowls or Jalen Daniels in his rookie season. Don't get me started on Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Derek Carr, all them guys I told y'all been playing for a decade. Bro, you got to get hot at some point. Jaden Daniels said, and I'm hot. You got to have one season where you get hot. Bridge quarterbacks, overpaid mid-bridges. We call them mid-bridges. But if you the Ravens, you just got to be looking around like, at what point is it ever going to be they turn? Like 2,000 yard seasons from Derrick Henry, 4,000 from Lamar, 45 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,000 yards rushing from Lamar, and it still just wasn't enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think like what else can they do? And it don't matter because if the Bills get beat by the Chiefs and the Chiefs go back, like the Chiefs didn't won their division for like a whole decade, bro. Like they didn't been in the AFC Championship the last 7 years. Like this is getting absurd. And I don't want to hear nothing about no referees and no phantom call or nothing like that.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
If you want to beat the King, you got to go to Arrowhead, take it, and leave no doubt. Jaden Daniels went to Detroit on Ford Field. He took it and left no doubt. He's like, I'm putting up 50 on these niggas. Like, I'm finna go put up 50 on the Lions in Detroit. I'm going to quiet the crowd. Eminem ain't going to rap. Big Sean ain't going to rap. Calico ain't going to rap. T Grizzly ain't going to rap. Like, I'm coming to D. I'm putting the buffs on. And I'm walking out of there with the Detroit Lion jacket that Axel Foley had on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going in completely to disrespect y'all. Like, Jaden Daniels backslapped the whole city of Detroit in his rookie year. You don't get to talk about no referees. I'm going to beat them so bad, the referee can't even get on his field. He going to swallow his whistle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. All right. Yeah, how we feeling out there, man? Like, Ravens fans, don't be mad at me, man. I just had to give you, I had to let y'all lick y'all wounds. Yesterday was too soon because of the drop pass that he had. But nah, I ain't letting y'all off the hook. Bill said, I understand what Sims was saying. He said he don't know where he on the boundary. Seemed like the ball, like Bill, the way he threw the football, he could have just caught the ball and sat down. It's not like he had to worry about where his feet was at. And even in the fact that he dropped it, he could have just corralled the ball and slid for like 5 or 10 feet. Like, I'm not hearing that. Like, bro, I'm not hearing that, bro. Like, Mark Andrews is not like some first year player. This dude been playing in the league for the longest. And it's not like he runs fast. So this ain't like Zay Flowers running full speed to the corner. This ain't Xavier Worthy or Tyreek Hill running full speed, running a 4.3. No, this is a tight end in the back end of his career that's basically like his sprint looked like most of them jog anyways. Whew. Legends, Statman, appreciate y'all tapping in on other platforms. OG, Rodney Lee, Nevin, B. Walker, Lock Kick, number one shoe plug in the city, Chris C. Nick, Ravens Joe. Any Ravens fans want to smoke, or y'all just understanding the bow out? That's why Bills fans been kind of quiet and being humble, because they ain't gonna start talking unless they beat they ain't gonna start talking unless they beat the Chiefs. But if they beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, they got every reason to to cap and talk they trash. Boy, I'm slapping people in the teeth and ain't nobody even want to fight back. I get it though. I understand. It's hard to dispute facts. It's hard to dispute facts. Honesty. Yeah, he just dropped the ball. Chris Sims is a quarterback that lifetime has 3,000 yards passes, 12 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. If you have a negative touchdown to interception ratio in your career in the NFL, you just need to go and let it go. You know what I'm saying? He just need to let it go, trying to make hot takes so he can be on the internet. He just want to be heard and seen. All right. Next piece, next order of business. Next order of business. And I got to get C-Dub too, because I literally put on this post, this is a graphic from FanDuel, and this graphic has some of the people on the wrong teams. But I just needed these top quarterbacks in the league rated by FanDuel, which you can't argue with Vegas, right? When it comes to like who they would say the top 32 is, can't argue with the money. Now this is my next section of anybody want to catch these hands. Sean Smith was popping. This furthers to back up my point. 12 of the 14 teams in the playoffs had a first round draft pick. The other two was Jalen Hurts and Russell Wilson. Two guys that's already been to the Super Bowl. A second round pick and a third round pick. Mahomes, first rounder. Josh Allen, first rounder. Bro, what the? They trying to get me messed up out here. They trying to get me messed up out here. Josh Allen, first round pick. Lamar, first round pick. Burrow, first round pick. CJ Stroud, first round pick. Matt Stafford, first round pick. Herbert, first round pick. Jordan Love, first round pick. Dak Prescott, fourth rounder. The Cowboys paid him $60 million. Reality, it should they should try to find a way to draft a quarterback and move on from this. Jalen Hurts, one game away from his second Super Bowl. He's earned his money. He's got to the Super Bowl. Dallas Cowboys haven't been to the conference championship since what, 96? Yeah, they models flawed. Trevor Lawrence, first rounder. Mac Jones, first rounder. Caleb Williams, first round. No, Mac Jones not a first. Hold on, let me see. Where's Mac Jones drafted at? Because he's their backup. Where's Mac Jones drafted? Yeah, he was a first rounder. I had to make sure I ain't say nothing crazy. I don't want to be bad take Buddha. 15th overall pick in the 21 draft. Caleb Williams, first rounder. Geno Smith, second rounder. Has took the Seahawks to the playoffs. First runs was the Jets. Jets is a quarterback graveyard. So, you know, we'll say like these late round guys are a dime a dozen that every now and then you might get somebody that could do it. Jared Goff, first rounder. Aaron Rodgers, first rounder. Kirk Cousins, fourth rounder. What does this say? Don't give this guy $50 million. No playoff wins in his career. As a starter, they need to draft somebody, and they did. J.J. McCarthy. Brock Purdy, seventh rounder. He asking for $60 million. Hell nah. He better take that mid-level contract, or the 49ers need to draft somebody else. These are the numbers. I ain't just making nothing up. I'm looking at the numbers because this is something that I thought in my head. I said, let me go pull up a graphic and look at it myself. Kyler Murray, first round draft pick. I still think they need to draft another quarterback too. Tua, first round draft pick. Because of his health, you got to draft another quarterback at some point. Justin Fields, first round draft pick. It'll be interesting to see what the Steelers do with him and Russell Wilson. Drake May, first round draft pick. And they drafted Joe Milton. Anthony Richardson, first round draft pick. He's yet to unfold. I think they're going to give him one more year, but they still should draft another quarterback. Jaden Daniels, and this is why I was telling, like, I put a preface in there that they got some of these mixed up, but who cares? We all know we looking at the quarterback, not the logo. Obviously, first round draft pick. Baker Mayfield, obviously first round draft pick. Deshaun Watson, first round draft pick. Going through what he's going through now, I expect the Browns to draft a quarterback at number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft this season. Daniel Jones was a first round draft pick. The Giants should be drafting another quarterback. Michael Penix Jr., first round draft pick. Russell Wilson was a third round draft pick, been to 2 Super Bowls. Guess what? The Steelers got another quarterback. Derek Carr, second round pick. They've already drafted 2 guys since he's been in New Orleans. They need to continue drafting. Don't stop drafting. Derek Carr ain't worth the money. $51 million cap hit. No. Bryce Young, first round draft pick. Second year was better than the first. I think they're figuring out what to do with him. I think he deserves to get a strong shot next season, but I wouldn't be surprised if they draft somebody behind him. J.J. McCarthy, first round draft pick. Obviously, Vikings are not Falcons. You could easily see where they FanDuel switch these up. Will Levis, a second rounder. And I look dead in the camera. If the Tennessee Titans are not drafting a QB at pick overall 1, I'm going to slap somebody. Because this graphic tells you you need a first round draft pick at QB. Of the 8 people that weren't selected in the first round, only Russell Wilson and Jalen Hurts made the playoffs this season. So, like, reality is you can get there with a late round guy, but at some point, that first round grade of talent gonna show his head. it's gonna show his head. And he ain't taking no pay cut. He got a $51 million cap hit next season. Like, but I don't blame him for like, hey, y'all signed the contract, y'all offer me the bread, like you got to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm him, I'm not doing that team no favors.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
If I'm not him, I'm not doing no favors. All right. Now next pack I gotta smoke. Yeah, they need to be fired. They work at FanDuel doing stuff like that. He said, "What's going on? Why everybody got that QB but us? No, y'all got yours." And look, y'all drafted Sam Howell. It didn't work. Y'all drafted Jaden Daniels. Imagine if y'all didn't draft Jaden Daniels because you had Sam Howell. What sense would that make?
Let me teach you how to vibe.
With Bill, look at the percentage of number that'll tell you if you could get there with a guy that wasn't drafted in the first round or second round. Second round, third round is at the worst. You have some anomalies like Brock Purdy or Tom Brady, but like those come like once in a millennia. And you got to remember, Drew Bledsoe was on the New England Patriots before Tom Brady got there. Edwards was there before Kurt Warner took over. Like, some legendary QBs came in and took over for somebody that was already good. Nah, the Cowboys ain't been to an NFC title game since '96, and maybe they need to draft a first round quarterback. Yeah, go and check the tape. All right, now it's another pack that I gotta smoke. Shout out to this dude right here, Titans by 20. I don't personally know this guy or have no beef with him. It's just like the mindset is what I disagree with. He said 08 complete number one team, Kerry Collins. 2019 good team, Ryan Tannehill. 21 complete team, Ryan Tannehill, number one seed. And I said, but you're leaving out the fact that those teams were built around first round draft picks. Vince Young in 06 and Mariota in 16. The Bridges were secondary veteran options that could run the team. Now, this man had the audacity to say 08 wasn't built around Vince Young and the 2020 Titan team wasn't built around Tannehill. Now, Vince Young was drafted in 06 after the Rose Bowl National Championship, one of the greatest games ever played, him and Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, Lindell White. 06, they drafted Vince Young third. They built a team around Vince Young coming in. He came in and played the second half of the season, showed promise, turned the season around. The next year, goes 9-7, goes to the Pro Bowl, is on the cover of Madden 08. How in the hell can you be on the cover of Madden 08 and the 08 team was supposedly built for Kerry Collins? No, Vince Young had his mental episodes. I don't think he got a chance to develop. Steve McNair was still supposed to be in Tennessee his first year. He got thrown into the Wolves, and he was an underdeveloped player that was overwhelmed by it. Kerry Collins was a veteran that came in and ran a team that was set up for Vince Young. It would have been his third year in the league. They just didn't develop him right. That team was not built for Kerry Collins. That team was built for Vince Young. You don't bring in that talent that they had on those squads.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
That team was built for Vince Young. It was a run first team. You had Chris Johnson, Lindell White, like strong defense. Like that's what that team was built on. Big physical running backs and tight ends. Now let's skip forward. Chip Kelly offered the world, the universe for Mariota. We didn't trade it. Maybe hindsight 2020 we should have, but we didn't. The team that Tannehill took over, Tannehill came in the second half of the season because Mariota was on a contract year. Mariota got injured. He had a dispute with the team doctors on whether he should be playing, whether he shouldn't be playing. He took a real bad stinger in the Washington game. I think it was Jonathan Allen or somebody that slammed him pretty hard. But the team that was set up that Tannehill took over was built for Mariota. It was Derrick Henry and Mariota who beat the Chiefs in the postseason. Malarkey got fired after a 10-win season when he won a postseason game. Vrabel came in to see if he could add a different championship edge. That team that Tannehill took over, he had 80 yards passing against the Ravens and 80 yards passing against the Patriots when we ended Tom Brady's reign in New England. But it's just to say that team talent was brought in for Mariota, was not brought in for Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill came in. He was a veteran backup that was solid enough to run with that team, but he wasn't good enough to ever get them over the hump. Then after that, when they gave him the $100 million contract, they tried to build around Derrick Henry and the game management skills of Tannehill. Bengals, number 1 seed, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry, veteran offensive line, Bud Dupree, Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons, veteran defense, 9 sacks at home. Tannehill throws 3 picks. That's why you can't build around the bridge. The bridge is just there to get you from one side to another. You got to draft a first-round quarterback when you get the chance. The Tennessee Titans, only time they've ever been relevant, ever built a team or had people come in is McNair, Vince Young, Mariota. You got to go draft a first-round quarterback again. You can't continue to sit here on your hands saying we're going to get a bridge that's going to come in and get us somewhere we never getting. We never been to. The only time we're going to get there, and looking at that graphic that I put up a second ago, that's how you get there. That's how you get there. You get there when you draft a QB and people want to come play with these young hot players. The Commanders can't go get a free agent wide receiver next year. They got $1 gazillion free. These young quarterback teams can go get somebody to come in. Hot QBs that's in the league, Joe Burrow, people want to go play with guys like that. They don't want to go play with old quarterbacks that might not finish the season. Michael Penix in Atlanta, when they get rid of Cousins, somebody might want to go play for the Falcons because they got Michael Penix. It shows promise. Now, who wants to smoke? Black Phoenix, Uplifting Souls, Keelan. Yeah, if you get a chance to draft somebody, and that's my perfect point, Hog Life. If you got Cousins, it don't matter what you pay for him to be a bridge. If Michael Penix fall down and you picking at 7 and people looking at you crazy, you know what you're doing. You want that first round talent in there with Drake London, with Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Algiers. You want that first round talent in there. Now, get rid of Kirk Cousins and free up $20 to $30 million next year and go bring in a goon at receiver and then or draft a receiver high end. What we talking about? Yeah, the team was built for Vince. Yeah, if Vince Young would have been developed correctly.
Let me teach you how to
vibe. You talk about the Giants. I can make a whole segment on the Titans. I mean on the Giants. Yeah, Mariota did catch his own pass. Pause. He said both topics lead back to talking about the Titans. I hope the next time about boxing or maybe tennis. The next segment is on Saquon Barkley's 200 yards in the Giants and the Cowboys sitting at home watching the NFC East Bowl. 2-time. It's going to be so funny when Shador and Cam Ward go 1-2 and the Giants have to trade back. Do I like Justin Jefferson? Who don't like Justin Jefferson, Hunter? No, Sean, don't do it. I thought the Ravens would make the bowl, not gonna lie. Yeah, they got in the game against the Buffalo Bills and forgot to run the football. They got pass happy and it cost them.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Laz, what up? How long his window is open? To be honest, I mean, you got to look at it historically. Tom Brady era was like 20 to 25 years. In between that time, being Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying? You had good QBs. You just don't want to be Phillip Rivers. You don't want to throw for 4,000 yards every year and never get it. Like Big Ben found his way and got in. Peyton Manning boom, popped in a couple times and got his. Drew Brees popped in, got a couple times and got his. You just don't want to be that guy that was there through that whole run. Like in this run, like this is the Chiefs' kingdom. Mahomes been going crazy. Matt Stafford got in and popped his. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you got to be that guy that like, you know, in his career, Russell Wilson, boom, I got mine that 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like he went twice. He should have had two, but you know, like that's another subject. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think Russell Wilson's 2 Super Bowls. One was Tom Brady. Yeah, his other one was Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get in there. You just got to get in and stab that thing and get out. Eli Manning said, you know what I'm saying? Eli popped his 2 and ran. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to be that team that's there. Like if you the Bengals, because these are other quarterbacks. If you Joe Burrow, if you Lamar Jackson, if you Josh Allen, you Jalen Hurts, like the other good quarterbacks in this era, man, you gotta jump in there and stab your Super Bowl and run out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how somebody roll to the grill? Like you ain't waiting for the whole pan, just snatch a piece of chicken or a little sausage off the grill. It's hot, you burning your mouth, but you still eat it. Like that's what you gotta do. You just gotta get in there and get out. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to slowly reach in and grab a bunch, you're gonna get burned because this Mahomes time. This is Mahomes time. So I'd say like his window is open for as long as they healthy. They just have to do it 1 year. That's why I say it didn't matter if the Bills or the Ravens won that game. The winner have to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead on the way to their 3-peat. And it can't be like some close game and cry about the refs. Like they got to really just go in there and like choke them out. You know how when the wrestler come in the ring and like big Diesel, Kevin Nash used to step over the ropes? Like Undertaker used to do all that crazy stuff getting in the ring. Like you got to come in the ring like that and just kick ass. Like it can't be situation where like you just doing the weird standoff shit. You got to go in there and kick their ass. It's not an easy thing to do because like Mahomes is like Mayweather. Like you've been boxing this guy all these years. You know you want to beat him so bad. You can't sleep at night. And you trying to knock him out when you should just go in and box. And when teams try to knock them out, they wind up losing. You want to hit Mahomes so hard that he sidesteps you and throws a touchdown. Like you hate Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift so much that you leave him. You did Houston Texans and you leave him open the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff happens, bro. Like sometimes you just play a game and you get the dub. Who's the best QB in my opinion? That's not even a question, bro. Next. Sneak in and you'll get one. I agree. You just can't be the guy that didn't get one in the whole run. Right. Because over the whole run of like the Brady Mahomes era, like Eli got his, Peyton Manning got his, like, you know, even you got like Stafford popped in and got his. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody got pop in and steal one every now and then. He says, Jalen Hurts good to me? Serious question. I think he's perfect for their offense. Because, I mean, like, just think, Jalen Hurts was like the question of would he play all week? Nobody knew the level of his health. Clearly, when you watch them play, Jalen Hurts don't look 100%. But I seen him stiff arm somebody, dead leg somebody, and run 50 yards for a touchdown in the snow. So, I mean, that's my question is, like, do Jalen Hurts make play? A.J. Brown dropped a touchdown Sunday, too. So it's like, if you go back and look at the stats, Jalen Hurts didn't have no crazy game. The offenses revolve around Saquon. But he didn't turn the ball over. He made plays when he needed to. He extended plays when he needed to. And you go back and look at it, Josh Allen didn't have no great game. And Patrick Mahomes didn't have no great game. But the difference is, like, Lamar turned it over. You see what I'm saying? Like, Goff turned it over. You know what I'm saying? Like, Goff threw for 4,600 yards this season, but you can't turn it over when it counts. And in that Super Bowl, when they lost to the Chiefs, I think Jalen Hurts kind of answered the question of, like, is he the quarterback? And now we looking at him fight through everything they've been through in the last, since they lost that Super Bowl. He's one game away at home with the best running back in football right now, Saquon Barkley, going crazy, doing backflips over people. Who do I think will go number one? It's either gonna be Cam Ward or Shador. To me, for like selfish reasons, I want Shador. But I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the tape and I watched the tape. Like Cam Ward can do more, can throw off schedule, bigger arm, can kind of do more. Like Shador is gonna be more of footwork in the pocket, ball out. Like he throw a hotter pass. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what Bergonzi want to build his team around. If I'm watching these other teams out here play, I might lean Cam Ward. Titans right side of their line ain't the best. You might need a more mobile guy. My case in point of trade down and get a right tackle for what? I'm saying if your quarterback suck, it don't matter if you got Trent Williams blocking or you got Joe Alt. It won't matter if your quarterback is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like you need a guy that can move in the pocket. A better quarterback can make a salvage, right? Because like the Chiefs played with people playing out of position. Like all these teams in the playoffs have had to play with different people not playing in a true position, moving around on like right tackle playing left tackle playing right tackle. Like you might have to just make it work. But you see CJ Stroud mobile in the pocket, kept the game alive for the Texans. You see, I mean, the guys that's still in the playoffs is guys, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. All these guys is guys that can move in the pocket, bro. So do you even care who their right tackle is? Like if your right tackle, if the left defensive end push too far up the field on Lamar Jackson, he's gonna step up and take off running. You know what I'm saying? So
let me teach you how to vibe.
Like it really wouldn't matter. I just don't want the Titans to be stupid and trade out of one. You get a chance once in every 10, 15, 20 years to draft a top of the line QB, take them. And for all the people that think that Cam Ward and Shador are not good, we can have that debate. He said, let us win this year. Off the rebuild is over. Y'all got like $90 million free. Hog, y'all can go buy anybody after this season, and y'all got the draft. Yes, Washington could win it. Any of these teams could win it. They got hot QBs. Jeremiah, Hunter, Black Phoenix, Uplifting Souls, Muhammad Keelan, Robert Rabelais, Sean Smith, OG. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We live in the blue, the green, and purple. BWW with the follow. Hey, listen. If any of y'all not following the YouTube, these Shop Talks, these podcasts be on the YouTube. If you be at work, if you be in the car, whatever you're doing, you in the gym, and you don't get a chance to check out the live streams, tap into the YouTube. It's the pinned comment, and let's get busy, man. Chronic in the building. Our resident Chicago Bear, when Chronic got time tonight, he gonna hop in, turn the camera on, and we're gonna talk Bears. Ben Johnson. I've already gave y'all my spiel on what I think. But it'll be interesting to hear from Bear fans on finally, like the Nagy days could be over. I like the fact that they're trying a new head coach. I like it. Like I'm not a fan of just sitting back. Like you got your QB you think is the guy, and at that point you just gotta make a move, and they have made their move.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
He said, with Sanders, he reminds me a lot of Dak. But to be honest, like, let's be fair, Dak Prescott is a solid QB. I just got a problem when you get to 60 million because of like how the rest of the team could potentially look. I think that everybody has to understand when I say I value a quarterback based on their contract and based on their level of play in the regular season, but most importantly, the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I view QBs. Dak Prescott, when he was taken in the 4th round, being as good as he has as a pro is impressive. Dak Prescott making $60 million and you have a lesser offensive line, less weapons, then it becomes an issue. Because you got Dak Prescott and Rico Dowdle is your running back. You know what I'm saying? He had 1,000 yards this season, but We thinking about like the last few years, like since Zeke got that 20 million a year, like the Cowboys offensive line has went down. You know, they haven't been able to keep a number 2 around CeeDee Lamb, who's one of the best receivers in the league. He's my dad's favorite player. So, you know, it's not like I'm like hating on it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that like that's what you got to be like the Niners. Niners been on a playoff run. It seemed like the last 5, 6, 7 years. But the problem is now Brock Purdy want to get paid. He ain't on a rookie deal making 800,000 no more. If he's asking for 60 max, and you're gonna lose players. When you start talking about losing good players, yes, you can draft and replace, but the league is uber competitive. In about half an hour, all right, take your time, bro. We ain't in a rush. He said Sean been on fire lately. Yeah, Sean had been fired up. Bears should have got the Raiders. Oh, head coach John Gruden. You think John Gruden? I don't know about that. Like it's like John Gruden and Rex Ryan. It's like people that haven't they've been in the football media, but they haven't been coaching in some time, and like people get hot off of them. Pause. But I ain't, you know. I don't know. I don't know about that. And if y'all looking in the background and y'all see my daughter's gaming videos, if your kid is into gaming or dance or crafts or stuff like that, my daughter's YouTube !Sky SKYE in the Facebook chat. Your kid can follow her page. Check out some of her gaming content. She plays mouse and keyboard. She's played that way. She don't play with a controller. She's always played with mouse and key. So, you know, that's the future. Shabba Buddha ain't the future. Icy Sky is the future. Not me, but her. You dig? Ben Johnson. It's gonna be that. Man, they couldn't stop y'all. Like they defense really folded. Y'all cooked their defense, bro. Like I ain't gonna cap. Like that's a tough situation to be in when a team come in the forward field and put up 50 on your head with a rookie. Special rookie, might I add, but you know, somebody come in and put a 50 ball on your head. Like you don't sleep well at night knowing somebody put 50 on you. Hey, you figured? You dig it? You dig it? She back there getting busy on Roblox, man. What up? 2 times she back there getting. Hey, she not gonna. My daughter not gonna copyright me. She got like 700 something subscribers, and she be having some little viral videos. She be doing the little dances and stuff too. As you know, she dance class twice a week, so she and she got her own merch. She got her own logo and everything. No cap. She got her own merch and logo. I'm thinking about like putting like my wife have an Etsy where she had like some of my daughter's merch on it. Might put like the I got the thinking stuff on there like with that, and just let that be part of something, and just let them, you know, eat off of that, grow off of that. Bro called us basketball guys, and he said we didn't want to be our coach. They was trying to get him before Quinn. But I think y'all got the best situation because Quinn is a defensive minded coach, and y'all got a guy like Cliff Kingsbury who has tried head coaching and hasn't really worked out. And I think him with a young quarterback, you know what I'm saying, could be dangerous. Like if y'all can just keep it together, because hey, you know, I don't see Cliff Kingsbury might be like Callahan, and I want to talk to Chronic Fan because when he hops in about, you know, Ben Johnson could be like Callahan, like a hot offensive coach that may not be good as a head coach, but it's yet to be seen. Dennis Allen, the first hire, so I want to see what the resident Bear thinks about Dennis Allen being the first hire. Like, really depends on the crew he puts together. I don't think Brian Callahan, Denard at defensive coordinator was a good fit for us, but Colt Anderson was a disaster at special teams. Bergonzi has been here for less than a week. He has already got rid of he's already made a change in special teams, and then we got to see if Nick Holtz is gonna be moved as offensive coordinator, and is Brian Callahan gonna be able to continue calling plays, because you gotta think like that Bengals offense was built with Brian Callahan. He was the OC building that. So yeah, like sometimes that great offensive mind as head coach may struggle out the gate. So I think even with the Bears got to give Ben some time. I'm glad the Titans gave Callahan some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you got Mason Rudolph and Will Levis year one. Like, draft Cam Ward or Shedeur and let me see what you look like in year two. Can you change it? Because if the Titans had a decent special teams last year, we win 6 or 7 games just off of special teams. Like, we lost in the first handful of games, we lost like 3 games on special teams. Like, you can't be up double digits and get punts blocked, kicks return, punts. Like, the Lions game is sad that Jared Goff had like 90 some yards passing, and they had 5 straight possessions. They got the ball at the 20 because of special teams. Because we were scoring like tick for tick. It was like 7, 14, 14, 21. First and goal from the 1. We passed 4 straight times. Get some penalties, and then I think we stopped them and we punted the ball back, and then Khalif Raymond ran it back and blew the game open. It's like, bro, like, special teams can kill you. Tap in, all they had their own system set up, all they play as Roblox. Yeah, she is she really can get busy on there. It says she definitely learning about business and see nothing wrong with that. Keep doing, oh, for sure. Like, my daughter, like, she's like a really humble kid. She just be chilling. She like to create. She play well with other kids and stuff too. Oh yeah. Ohio State up 21-7, 27 seconds left in the half. See, this is bad for Notre Dame, because now Notre Dame gonna have to do what they ain't been able to really to do in the CFP, which is pass the ball. Like, I didn't think that if it like they first drive showed me something, but if they wasn't able to keep that up the whole game, it's like they're not gonna be able to score to Ohio State. It's like they letting this go to half before halftime. That's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even attempting to try to get 3 right there. I mean, think about the Ohio State Texas game. Same situation. Ohio State runs a screen pass and goes to the house with Travion Henderson. Them not even attempting to run plays right there is kind of wild. Ohio State get the ball second. Yeah, it might be 28-7 by the time we come out of commercial break. Who do you love? Zone Out TV in the building. What up? What's good, my boy? How you been? Oh, did y'all like, bro? I had already known when I got on live today that I was gonna be like I had put the pen up and put the prayer mat up. You know what I'm saying? Put the Bible up. We going straight into war mode. I was coming out. You know, I these is multiple segments. I really had feel like I had a chip on my shoulder coming into the day. Like some people had to catch these hands. But it's gonna be all love with Chronic getting in here though, because like I'm excited for the Bears fans. They done been through purgatory. Nagy is gone. Justin Fields experiment, which Justin Fields may still turn out to be a good QB. It might just be a bad situation and needing his next opportunity, because he's got his second chance and showed promise in Pittsburgh, going 4-2 as a starter. But you know, will somebody take a chance on him to run their entire organization? Who knows? Find out next time. But you know, it'd be interesting to see, like, Heisman first round overall pick Caleb Williams, which I think is still like a super talented quarterback. A lot of veterans coming in, a chance for them to go into the draft this year and hit free agency and add to whatever they do have, and see how interesting things can be in their division. Like, we watched the Broncos flip, we watched the Commanders flip, we watched the Texans go from 2-15 to back-to-back division winners. Like, it can happen. And I think, like, the city, the culture inside of the organization, the front office, the GMs, the head coaches. I think all that is just as important as the Jimmys and Joes you bring in, because you have to set the right stage. Like Nashville haven't had the right stage. This Bergonzi guy, we might all be sour about Rand. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like he didn't get opportunity to see it through. But if this dude's already came in and got rid of Cole Anderson and is making changes, if he goes in and nails this draft that QB at pick overall 1 and trades back in that second round to pick up more picks and lands an edge and another receiver and a safety, we can get a guard somewhere in the draft. But it'd be impressive with the $70 million that the Titans have free to see what they could put together. Cause this is my thought. Y'all seen my mock drafts. D4 Becker. Y'all seen my mock draft. All right, let's just have some fun, right? Let's say the Titans take Shador Award 1. It don't matter. 1A, 1B. Trade back in the second. Pick up Sawyer or Landon Jackson at edge. Right? Second round. Pick up another pick. You're gonna have 2 fourths, 2 fifths. Let's say they go get like T. Higgins. You got T. Higgins, Calvin Ridley. Pick up somebody like Jimmy Horn Jr. In the later rounds at receiver that could play slot and kick returner. Bring back Nick Westbrook on a team friendly deal. You go into your 2 fourth rounds. Maybe you trade up or you stay in the fourth. Let's say you go a safety like Keon Sabb or Malachi Moore to play opposite. Or let's say you get Malachi Moore, but your other fourth, you go offensive guard. You get your tackling free agency. You go to the Dolphins, who are purging players, and get like Javon Holland at free safety. Put him opposite of Amani Hooker, and you get your edge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they may trade Harold Landry. He's going to be a big cap hit if they don't trade him early or move him early. Like, they could make some moves, man. Like, the Titans could, like, it might look different than we thought. It might be Arden Key is still there because he's a little bit less financially, and Harold Landry is gone, but then you throw one of these young goons in the second round in on that edge, and you get more depth. Titans could be looking real dirty. You know what I'm saying? Titans could be looking real dirty on offense and defense. And then with some of your money, your free agents is free safety, wide receiver, and maybe you go get a veteran right tackle. And then you draft a guard, or vice versa. Draft a right tackle and then get a veteran guard. Who knows? But end of the day, like, I expect the Tennessee Titans to like put it back together, because you got 2 fourths, 2 fifths, the first overall pick. Like, you ought to be able to make some moves. So I think take the QB and then trade back in the second, because there's gonna be some teams that want to trade up in the first of the second round in day 2, and usually that's a person giving up a third round pick. So with the Titans not having a third, trading the top of the second to get a third, then you got 2 fourths and 2 fifths. Like, Titans could get like a lot of quality pieces in that span. What happened to put them hands on? I didn't put my hands on everybody. Nobody wanted to smoke. Pause. Bears gonna be better. I think the Bears are gonna look better. Will their record be significantly better? Maybe, maybe not. Because I just got to see the team that he puts. Like, what coordinators, like Dennis Allen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some people that eyebrows raised about Dennis Allen, but I think Bill has already expressed his concern with Dennis Allen. So we got to see. D4, what up? You take Landry off our hands? I mean, Landry, I love Harold Landry. He had 9 sacks this season, and by scouts, if a guy's getting 8 to 12 sacks, he's worth the money. So that's what the industry standard is. 8 to 12 sacks, the guy's worth the bread. I don't want to get rid of Harold Landry. You know what I'm saying? I love to keep Harold Landry, but I know at some point, like, they're gonna have to make some moves and get some young edges out there. He said all them people you named, they're not getting none of those. Let's work, Amy. Wow. Hey, listen, 2 time. Them Giants is sitting at number 3 overall in the draft order. When the Titans and the Browns take Shador and Ward off the board, and y'all draft Travis Hunter and his girlfriend over there, just wait, cause y'all got Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. Like I don't see y'all drafting Abdul Carter. So, Travis Hunter, welcome to New York. Welcome to New York City. Harlem's own gangster and BK's own banger. Welcome to New York City. It's a war going out outside. No man is safe from. I don't care if you 3 feet or you 8'1". He said, I hop in. It's all Titans talk. I am hey, look, Chronic Fan hopping in next. Then when Chronic Fan, we get through doing the Bears talk, then you can talk about the Indianapolis Colts. You just better hope that tight end from Penn State still on the board when y'all pick. You talk about the Indianapolis Colts.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
My bad, man. What y'all picking, like 13th or something? Yeah, he's an hour in on Titans. Bro, I'm saying when Chronic hop in, we finna be talking all Bears all the time. Go Bears. Sean Smith say, now we rapping. I heard Welcome to New York City. Cameron and Joel Santana and Jay-Z. It came on in the car today, and I was like, I kind of got lit. It took me back to the early 2000s. Yeah, Buckeyes looking good. Man, Sean, stop it. I'm rapping camera. I watched it. It Is What It Is episode this morning. It had playmaker Michael Irvin was on there, and they was talking about the playoffs, and then like you know how the algorithm worked. Then like like later in the day, I was heading to get some coffee for my old lady, and Cameron Come Home With Me came on. Welcome to New York City. Michael T. We live on the blue, the green, and the purple. This is gonna be fun though. Titans gonna be at the center of all topic of conversation, everything draft, because we got the first pick.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Now we got to listen to the Ohio State fan base talk trash the whole rest of the year. Smithers. He said wig split, melon crack, all that on day one. Man, somebody take this man phone, man. 2 times. Why you get this man started, dog? Somebody take this man phone. I got the worst trolls in all the content, man. My chat is toxic, dog. My chat is toxic, bro. Like, listen, man. My chat is toxic, bro. Like, listen, when we hear this spread love, these dudes do not play, man. Like, nobody is safe, dog.
Let me teach you how to
Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe, man. Y'all. Oh my God, man. Hey, so all right, look. What do y'all want Chronic to talk about when he gets in here? What questions? Let's get some questions. We definitely gonna go over how the fan base feeling with a new coach. We definitely gonna go over what coordinators they want, who they want to go after in free agency, who they want to go after in the draft. What's some other important questions to ask the Bears fan base about this new hire with Ben Johnson? How they feel about Dennis Allen for sure. Coordinators is gonna be important, like what type of staff he assembles, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to retain play calling for the Bears. You know, that's a new thing that these offensive minded coaches get to come into a situation where they can call their own plays. Rabbit, Eric Ross, what up? You said Ohio State is going to beat Notre Dame. I want the Irish to win. I mean, the Irish ain't got no offense. Like that first drive, the Irish had something cooking with like playing keep away from Ohio State, but now that Ohio State they got the ball back, she's looking real gray outside. You know what I'm saying? She's looking real gray outside for the Irish. Yeah, we watching the championship game. I think the Bears make the playoffs if they get some key parts. I mean, they got talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think they got to take a page out of the Panthers book. Like, Keenan Allen is good, but I think it's time to move on for some of them older guys, man. They need to try to get as young as possible. Because, like, when you look at the Commanders, like, they got old vet like Bobby Wagner on defense, but, you know, bringing in some young guys and let some guys create their own name. Like look at the Bills. The Bills had Gabriel Davis and Stephon Diggs, and then you just look up and be like, damn, it's Shakir and Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, James Cook. You know what I'm saying? Like new guys that are making a name for themselves in this playoff, not some of the old names you used to seeing. Like it's cool to see Von Miller pick up the fumble, but that's like Bernard and Rousseau and Milano, Taylor Rapp, like some of the young guys that have stepped up. You know, the Chiefs, you look at Pacheco and some of the young defensive Karlaftis getting 3 sacks. You start to see some of the young guys making plays. You know, even the Texans, like they probably need to get rid of Stephon Diggs. I mean, Nico Collins is the guy. You know, John Mechie is nice. Like Robert Woods and Stephon Diggs, it might be over them. Tank Dell when healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the sauce. Can Keller Williams adjust to a new coach, or will it turn into a rotating coaches that ruin him? Find out next time. Yeah, I mean, but you supposed to learn from the franchises that figured out how to do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like certain situations, man, you gotta learn from the people that's doing it the correct way. He said paying his comment for 30 minutes. Who? Dun, 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 dun. Man, there's so many people watching on ESPN right now. I like.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Feed to come on like. Gian Lucas, what up? Who does everyone think will be in the Super Bowl? I'm saying Buffalo and Washington. That'd be a good game. I got to pick the Chiefs until the Chiefs lose. If the Bills is at home this year, I think they win. Bills still might win, but they're gonna have to go to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. Like on their way to a 3-peat, they're gonna have to go to Arrowhead.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
I think it'll be another defensive battle. The question to come down, like every one of these big games, is turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like who forces turnovers and who doesn't turn the ball over. He said y'all slacking on the reactions. Oh yeah, for sure. And y'all got to start making sure, man. Listen, I shut down the Discord the other day, and it was not like I was mad at nobody or nothing. But I'm saying, bro, if I put 3 YouTube videos out in one day and go live, and we live for 5 or 6 hours, like, and people comment like I don't know what in Discord, but in the chat not doing it, and not doing it on the YouTube videos, not doing it on the lives, like, yeah. I like that Discord is for when I'm offline and the community can still talk about sports or whatever's going on. Is for sure not for people that don't want to participate with the content. You know what I'm saying?
Let me teach you
No
how
disrespect.
to vibe.
I just love Eric. Hey Eric, tap into the pinned link. We on YouTube. All these podcasts go up on YouTube, so you can watch YouTube in the background. You can watch YouTube in the car, listen to it, put it in your pocket. Facebook, you can't do that. So, you know, if you miss the lives and don't know what's going on, tap in on Twitter or tap in on the YouTube so you can watch the podcast back. And even if y'all can't do nothing but watch it, and that's fine. If y'all get a chance to hit the like on there, that's even better. If y'all get the comment, even better. If you get to share it, if it's something that y'all liked on there, share it. Alan, what's good? Who do I want to win? No, I don't want. I wish they would both lose, but I think Ohio State is a buzzsaw right now. I think Ohio State got too much on offense. The Notre Dame, if they would have continued like their first drive, like chewing the clock and getting points, even if it's field goals, like since that first drive, blanket possessions, down 14, Ohio State get the ball at the half. Ohio State score out the gate. Second half, this could be a rout.